Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you my captured fairies. I'll share with you a project that I did, a couple of projects that I did over a year ago now I think, inspired by some crafters on YouTube for captured fairies, and I thought, well, I'll show you my version of them. So the first one that I did was this one here, and hold on to right. And what I did was I took a Ferrero Rocher container, you know, the chocolates that they stack. You normally get them probably around Christmas time. I kept the container and I thought I would use it for my captured fairy. I already had fairies at home, little model fairies, so I thought I would use them for my version of it. Okay, so what I did was I took the base of it and created the little garden there that I've done there. You'll see in here, you'll see like moss that you can get from florists. Things. I got it from Hobbycraft at the floral section, where they have all the sort of dried flowers and fabric flowers and things like that, and they had a bag of this kind of moss thing, so I bought that. And these are flowers from Wild Orchid Crafts. There's some flowers there from Country Baskets. I went there and they've got a huge amount of things. And leaves, again, Country Baskets, Wild Orchid Crafts. It's sort of a mixture from them all. I've got her sitting there on a daisy. That's a fabric flower that was on a hairband for a little girl who bought it from Claire's in a sale. Again, some roses from Wild Orchid Crafts in there. Okay. What I did with the fairy was she was painted, her little dress was pink, and I covered it in stickles to give it a sort of glitter effect, and it wasn't glittery enough for what I was looking for, so I then sprinkled it with glitter on top of that, and so of course the glitter just stuck to the dress. And again, I put a little headband round her, again with the stickles. I think this is from Ranger. Yes, Ranger. And again, sprinkled some glitter on that, to purple glitter. I then got some feathers that I had here. I normally use them for my pin cushions when I make pin cushions. And I stuck them on the back of her. And at the join there, you'll see it, that's a little lace, flower from Lace Trim. I just cut it off, and the little gem on the inside is just a little flat back adhesive gem that I stuck on there. And once I got the little garden how I like it, and I was happy with it, I then glued with hot glue. I just put glue round the edge on the inside of the base, and I just popped the lid on top, and it's glued it right in, so it's stuck there now. I then got flat back pearl trim and glued that right round the edge along the join, the seal of it. And then I went to work on the outside. So you'll see here I did a sort of little display of just some leaves and flowers again, and some pearl sprig here. These are skeleton leaves. Again, I got these from Hobbycraft. They're very thin and delicate. They break very easily, but that's the leaves that I got to put on there, just to sort of give it a delicate look. And little butterflies, normally used for making cards, I think, but I put them on. Now this little dragonfly here I made myself, and it was a tutorial from a crafter on YouTube. I think it's Jennings62 or something like that, but I'll get it and I'll put it in the link below. Love her stuff. She does a lot of tutorials, and she had done one on making your own little dragonflies and butterflies out of lace trim and some beads, and so I went ahead and did it, and I put that on the side of my Captured Fairy. And this is adhesive beading. Again, I think it's for making cards and stuff, but I wanted to put it up the side of my... I didn't want to put anything on it that would block too much light and things, so you know, I didn't want it quite dark in there. So this is really the biggest collection there, and then the rest is mainly skeleton leaves and things that doesn't sort of block anything out. So this is it. I love her. I just love this, and I'm kind of loath to letting it go, so I think it's probably because she was my first one, and I just love it, so I'm keeping it for now. Yeah. Okay, so that's that one. Now the second one that I did was made from a lantern that I got from IKEA. Now let me see, I'll try and... There it is. Now where I've got my camera I can't quite reach. I'll show you, that's the full effect of it. And again, I had the little fairy already here, and I just altered her little dress and things, again with stickles and glitter. Gave her a little headband. Right, so close up. Here we go. Now the first thing I had to take all the glass out of this so I could work on it better, because the actual lantern was a dark red or green colour. I'll show photos of the journey, because I did take some photos of this one as I was going along. And what I did was, over the whole top, to give it the sort of textured look, I glued tissue paper and just sort of crinkled it along, and then again I glued more on top, put more glue on top, and it's just the white glue that you get, the white school glue. I think you could use Mod Podge or you know, any of these type of things, but I just used the normal white school glue. I think in America it might be called, is it Elmer's glue? I'm not sure, but yeah, so that was that, to give it all the textured look. And the tissue, of course, that I used at the time was pink, it was all covered, but you'll see in pictures what I did. So once I had done that, and again I had put it, this is before I discovered modelling paste, it probably would have been much easier with modelling paste. and I did just a texture all down the edges. I don't know if that's coming up okay. Just kind of stippled it. I stippled it with glue and white acrylic paint down the side. Now that took quite a few layers to do all of that, and then what I wanted to do was again, the texture on here, on the handle here, is just tissue glued on and wrapped around to give it a sort of, let me look, textured look. So then I glued on various shells. That's like the shell that's on the top here. I glued all of these on with hot glue. Let's see. On the top. Again, some more shells. And once I had put the shells on, I wanted this, again, as if any of you know me, the most favourite time of the year is winter for me, and so I wanted to do a very wintry project with this fairy, and so I wanted to keep it mainly all white with a touch of blues, and so you'll see there with the little gems, flat back gems, I just did blues ones, and then when I did a little stick pen I just used a little blue sort of crystally look one. Now whilst the glass was out of this, I did all the inside painting and stippling. Hold on till I try and, there we are. And again, that's that moss from the floral section in Hobbycraft. I used it again, and then I glued all of these things in so it won't go anywhere. All the flowers, little fabric flowers, silver ones, shells again. I'm going to put some feathers at the back there. And with these, I just put some crystal type beads on thin wire and glued the wire up the top there because I wanted these sort of hanging down and looking very icicle like. And feathers. That's a sticker on the outside, sort of glittery frosty thing. Snowflake, that's what it was. Again, some beaded strands here. And with the fairy, I put the stipples effect. Now I used stickles, ice stickles on her dress, but it wasn't quite blue enough, so I put some blue glitter on as well. I wanted it, and you'll see there's some glittery beads. Yep, give her a headband. I'm really pleased with this. And then the trim around the bottom, and the top is the same trim, beaded trim. Again, I got that from Hobbycraft. Now it does close. I'm trying to do this with a camera in my face. There we go. Now these things here, that is that's actually an earring, and I just snipped the back of the earring, and I glued that onto the side. Some flat back trim, and again these are a couple of little stud earrings. Just took the backs off them and glued them on. There we go. I'm just sort of getting into tutorials, and then it was getting the glass back in. Yes, that was a challenge, but I did it, and it turned out really well. So that's my little icy, wintry look. Let me try and push this bit further back. There we are. There we go. So I hope you like them, and if you have any questions, please just ask in the comments below, and I will answer as best I can. Okay, see you again. Bye.